Hello, Gemini. I am here to do your mid-month February love reading. I swear you guys only ever see me in this shirt. I just seem to always do these right after work, so... Well, not right after work, but... Anyways, I hope that you all have had a great, 7-day start to your February. Now, with my mid-month readings, with the Virgo, and I'm going to continue it with you, I'm going to do a grid spread for the mid-month readings instead of my cross spread I've been doing for the overall month. And the difference is, and the best thing for you is, when I lay down a person, I'm going to lay down another card on top of it since it's a grid spread. I feel more okay with doing that with the grid spread, and I feel like it works best then. I just don't feel like it really works for me in the cross spread. I'm sure it would, but I just don't feel, And so, that will help us, because I remember your January reading was like people overload. Okay, Spirit, what are the messages you have for my Geminis for the mid-month February love reading? The top row being the beginning of February, the middle row being mid-February, and the bottom row being the end of February. And the reason why it's like that is because in a grid spread, the top row is the past, the middle row is the present, and the bottom row is the future. Because of that, the top row might be January a little bit for some of you, especially since this is a general reading, and the bottom row may kind of like leak over into March a little bit. Anyways, I feel like your cards are ready. Your overall card, the Ace of Swords. This is a great card, Gemini. This is a great card for you. It says raw power, victory, breakthroughs, and mental clarity. For you, I really do feel like there's going to be some mental clarity and some breakthroughs this month, and I feel like you could use them. Let's go ahead and lay out the cards. That's interesting, that's in your top row. So we have the Hierophant, which is a religious card. It can talk about religion or a religious figure of some kind affecting love life. Let's see what the description says. Religion, group, identification, conformity, tradition, and beliefs. So for a lot of you, it could just be about tradition and beliefs, and especially the younger ones out there, it might be, your family wants you to conform and do certain things, and you're like, I don't want to. We also have the World in your top row, Seven of Swords and Four of Swords. In your middle row, we have Judgment, Ace of Cups, Queen of Wands, your first person, the Page of Cups, oh my gods, and the Six of Pentacles. Those were like all on top of each other, and then Four of Wands. And in your bottom row, we have Page of Pentacles, King of Wands, and Four of Cups. And the Magician, and then the Empress, and the Queen of Pentacles with the Fool. Okay. So in the top row we have the Hierophant, which I already talked about, and then we have the World card. And the World says completion, integration, accomplishment, and travel. And with your overall energy talking about mental breakthroughs and mental clarity and breakthroughs, completion and, just completing cycles and stuff like that, that's really good for you to see in this card. And it also really reminds me of, in the top row you also have this Four of Swords right here. And this Four of Swords is talking about like going through a period of rest after, a lot of, a period of rest after a period of, things that need to be thought about and gone over. It says for that card, contemplation, recuperation, passivity, reflection, and rest. And, I think that is good for you, and because of that rest, I think is where the mental breakthroughs will come through. You also have the Seven of Swords in the top row, and, I don't like that card for you in your top row. It says betrayal, deception, getting away with something, and stealth. Um, so it could be, so this is a general reading, and with some of the things in the top row, I'm thinking that it could be either you did something, you kind of backstabbed somebody, and you, at least in the past you got away with it. I'm not saying it won't come out in the future, and you're kind of like reflecting on that, and you feel bad about it, or it could be someone did something to you, someone backstabbed you, you feel betrayed, and, and it might be even that they got away with it and you're not even like 100% open to it. But I don't see anything that jumps out at me that says that there is any kind of illusions or anything. So I don't think there's any secrets, you know, that's, um, you know, causing this, um, you know, period of rest and stuff like that. In the middle row, which will be the middle of February, we have the Judgment card. And this Judgment card says, oh, Judgment, Rebirth, Inner Calling, and Absolution. And, you know, the rebirth in this especially really plays into effect with this Four of Swords. You know, there will be a period of rebirth and, you know, judgment, you know, things happen for a reason, and, you know, it'll be a good time, and not, like, every sense necessarily, but it'll be like a revival and a reawakening of some sorts. Um, I'm sorry if I'm, like, doing this reading too fast. I just don't want to, like, upload, like, a 25-minute video, because I feel like, I've been getting thumbs down on videos that are longer. So I'm trying to keep all my videos under 15 minutes. That's why I'm talking so fast. I do apologize if that's annoying. If that's annoying, I can slow back down again, but I just don't want to, you know, upload, like, a 30-minute video. The Ace of Swords is also in your middle row. Two aces so far. Those are always a good thing to get. This says love, compassion, creativity, overwhelming emotions. So you know, the love and the compassion and stuff like that with this card could be good. And, you know, I find it really interesting that that card comes right next to this Judgment card, this reawakening and this revival, because it could definitely be because of this love situation happening in mid-February for you. If you're single, it might not, I'm not saying, you know, ooh, you're gonna get with somebody in mid-February, although that's definitely possible. You could just simply, you know, have a, you know, one of those great crushes that just makes you feel alive, and it's just a great feeling. It could be for that. For people who's in a relationship, it could just be, you know, the relationship being reawakened. We have a lot of people in your reading, so this might be longer than I had planned, the reading. We have the Queen of Wands on top of the Page of Cups. And Wands are a fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And Cups is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And these are two people, they might not be in, like, direct relation to each other, but they both have a relation with this card. And this card is the Six of Pentacles. Let me try to put that back down in its spot. Okay. The Queen of Wands says exuberance, warmth, vibrancy, materialism, or determination. My handwriting's awful. And the Page of Wands, or the Page of Cups, I'm sorry. It says a messenger, creative beginnings, and synchronicity. I keep on looking behind me on that paper because I wrote notes down. Because when I see these cards, I tell you, like, the meaning that I, like, see right away that, you know, I feel for you. And then sometimes I look at that just because this is a general reading and I want to get all the meanings of the card possible out there. That way, you know, hopefully it will resonate with all my Geminis, but then again, this is a general reading, so that's not always possible. Anyways, Six of Pentacles is on top of those, and that says generosity, charity, giving, prosperity, and wealth. So you may be feeling generous with these people may be feeling generous with you, and there may be something in the works, happening to try to get you some kind of money. It could just be generosity. It might not be money. They could be generous with their time. You could be generous with your time with these people. And I really like this card for you. When I see this card, the first thing I think of is, like, childhood. It could be, like, memories from the past, people from the past coming back up again. It could be, you know, someone may be pregnant. You know, that's the kind of things I see when I see the card. And especially for you, Gemini. The Four of Wands says celebration, harmony, marriage, and home and community. And all these bunnies frolicking down here, these little bunnies, this family, they look really nice, and that's a great card to have. You have a pretty good reading overall, Gemini. There won't, and it's not going to be like 100% perfect. There will be periods of, you know, rest and reflection. And everyone has their own path, but during this period of rest and reflection, you'll have to think about things and maybe make some changes. Anyways, and then we have the Page of Pentacles with the King of Wands, and on top of that is the Four of Cups. Now, the King of Wands is another fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, right? And then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And on top of these two people, we have the Four of Cups. The King of Wands is a person who is a natural-born leader. They have vision, entrepreneur, and honor. And the Page of Pentacles is a person who manifestation, financial opportunity, and a new job. The Page of Wands especially could be more of an energy for you. It might not be necessarily a person. But on top of those things, you're going to have the Four of Cups. And this Four of Cups, you know, there's this cup being offered to him in the sky, and you just seem very, you know, like, I don't even have time for that. Like, I don't have any interest in that, and that is not for me. And you have these other options on the ground still, but that one being offered to you just seems too good to be true. The meaning says meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation, and that definitely plays in with the Four of Swords. So, after this period of rest and thinking about things, you may end up coming back to that after mid-February. You may do it throughout mid-February too, there's just no card saying that here. But it's definitely going to be important to do that before we go into mid-February, Gemini. And it's definitely important to reevaluate things, and especially what's being offered to you after mid-February. Because you are in control. We have the Magician in your bottom row. And the Magician says beginnings, innocence, spontaneity, and a free spirit. And, you know, there is a lot of beginnings available to you, Gemini. You know, you really have a lot of beginnings available, and it would be great for you to take advantage of these. With the Judgment card here and the Magician here, the Ace of Cups with your overall energy of the Ace of Swords. I mean, you have some fantastic energy in your favor, Gemini. In your bottom row, we also have the Empress. And the Empress says fertility, femininity, beauty, nature, abundance. For you, that could definitely be abundance, with the Six of Pentacles being in your middle row, although that won't apply with all my Geminis. It could be abundance in not monetary things as well, and, you know what I mean. In other things in life, there may be abundance for you. For some of you, somebody may be pregnant. It's a card talking about, you know, fertility, beauty, nature, abundance. And so, on the end of the bottom row, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Fool. When I do personal readings, I find this funny, because when I do personal readings for myself, the Queen of Pentacles, like, stalks my personal readings I do for myself. She ends up in almost every reading. I should have memorized what my notes are for this by now. The Queen of Pentacles is practical, harmonious, motherly, down-to-earth, and security. So, and this person has the Fool on top of them, which the Fool really goes with several cards in this reading. There's so many beginnings available to you, Gemini. Really, think about things. That's really important. If you think about things and really plan out things, I really feel like you will have the best path set up for yourself for these new beginnings, because we have the Fool on top of that. And the Fool kind of talks about beginnings, innocence, spontaneity, and free spirit, that kind of things, and power, skill, concentration, action, resourcefulness. There's just, so many things in this bottom row for you. I see good things here for you, Gemini. However, with this period of, the rest and, reevaluating your things you've been offered here, I actually kind of don't like this being in your future row, the reevaluating your decisions and your choices and what's being offered to you. Because in the middle row we have, this new beginnings and feeling alive again, and this new person that may be coming into your life, or a new crush or something, an energy that, really makes you feel alive again. And then we have that reevaluating. So for some of you Geminis, it could be reevaluating something to do with that. With others of you, it could be reevaluating things that was going on in this card, the Four of Wands, with the home and the happiness and stuff. Because we do have that Seven of Swords up there, and something did happen. And there's a lot of rest, and this period of feeling alive again, I'm not saying that's going to happen for like several weeks. For some of you it may just be like this little burst. Sometimes you have like a pretty depressive month, and then a couple days like something happens to where you're like, I don't know, alive again, and then you like kind of come back down to earth. Something like that could happen for a lot of you Geminis as well. Okay, so do you guys like the grid spread? It does make my videos a bit longer because I put down several cards on top of the people, and there is more cards in the spread in general already. Plus, when I put down cards on top of the people, it makes even more cards. So do you guys like this? Is this video a format make the videos too long? Would you want me to do cross spreads for the mid-month still? Just let me know what you guys think down below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here today, and I will see you for your March reading. Until then, have a great February, Gemini. Bye.